Hi, friends, and welcome to Pieces Here. I'm your host, Avis Kalfsbeek. This is another episode in the Wolff Peace series, a journey through Robert Paul Wolff's 1966 anthology, Political Man and Social Man. In each episode, we pair one of the great political theorists from Wolff's book with someone who lived peace as a daily radical practice. Together, they help us explore the tension between power and principle and what peace truly requires. The thinker, Plato, circa 427 to 347 BCE. Today's thinker is Plato, the ancient Greek philosopher whose influence on political thought remains towering even after more than 2,000 years. In the Crito, Plato gives us a scene of quiet defiance. Socrates, unjustly sentenced to death, sits in prison. His friend Crito arrives with an escape plan. Socrates refuses. He argues that even unjust laws must be obeyed if society is to survive. To flee would harm the rule of law and ultimately the soul. Do not value either your children or your life or anything else more than goodness, he said. In Plato's view, peace is not personal comfort or political escape. It's fidelity to justice, even when it hurts. Socrates chooses death over disobedience, modeling a kind of moral consistency that challenges us still. But Plato's Socrates also raises questions. What happens when laws are not just? Is obedience always a virtue? Peace pairing. Aung San Suu Kyi, born 1945. To deepen this meditation, we turn to Aung San Suu Kyi, a woman who, like Socrates, once chose confinement over compromise. In 1989, she was placed under house arrest by Myanmar's military regime for calling for democracy and nonviolent reform. She would spend 15 of the next 21 years detained in her home. She became an international symbol of peaceful resistance. She said, "It is not power that corrupts, but fear. Fear of losing power corrupts those who wield it." In those early years, Suu Kyi spoke of patience, dignity, and the inner strength needed to hold to one's principles under pressure. Like Socrates, she accepted personal costs for public conscience. However, in recent years, Suu Kyi's legacy has come under fire. Her silence and at times complicity in the military's brutal treatment of the Rohingya people has raised grave moral questions. What do we make of that? Perhaps that peace is not a fixed state, but an ongoing challenge, a commitment we must renew again and again. Your peace questions to ponder. Big picture. Can someone live with deep moral integrity in one moment and fail in another? How do we hold the complexity of human peace heroes? Day-to-day life. When have you stood by your principles even when it cost you something? What helped you stay grounded, and what did it teach you? That concludes this episode of Pieces Here. You can learn more at aviskalfsbeek.com, where I share updates on this podcast and my books. I write best friend activist short fiction in the Pedro the Water Dog Saves the Planet 6-book series, eco-adventure novellas for readers who care about justice, joy, and saving the world one story at a time. Coming up next, more thinkers, more peace pairings, and more bold questions from the Wolff Peace series. This episode is human narrated by me, but created with the help of AI, which has promised to let me know if it makes something up. So far, no confessions. But if you believe I've missed something, or if you just want to say hello, I'd love to hear from you. Podcast music is Dalai Lama Riding a Bike by Javier Peque Rodriguez. You'll find links to his music on Spotify and Bandcamp in the show notes. If you enjoyed this podcast, it really helps me if you subscribe on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. A quick rating or review helps others discover peaceful, independent storytelling. And if you have a project that can use a calm, peaceful narrator, my cloned voice, Amaya Calm, is now available in the 11 Labs Voice Library. AMAYA Calm. The voice is designed to support storytelling that promotes peace and dignity, You can even have Amaya Calm read to you using the 11 Labs Reader app. She sounds like this. Peace is not something you wish for. It's something you make, something you do, something you are, and something you give away. John Lennon. If you haven't used 11 Labs yet, it helps me if you use the link in the show notes below. The link is try.11labs.io/peace, and 11 Labs is spelled out. I'll earn a small affiliate payment which supports my creative projects focused on peace. I'm Avis Kalfsbeek. Thank you again. Until next time, listen for the peace.